I'm Sky Garman with Jarrow Formulas, introducing you to our Glucose Optimizer. Jarrow Formulas Glucose Optimizer is a product designed to support glucose metabolism and antioxidant status. It's a balanced and comprehensive formula that includes vitamins and minerals supportive of carbohydrate metabolism, as well as glucose-regulating herbs, and supplies scientifically documented ingredients. The three main components highlighted are alpha-lipoic acid, Glycostal, which is a proprietary wild bitter melon extract, and Resveratrol. Alpha-lipoic acid facilitates blood glucose balance, improved antioxidant and glutathione status, and reduced sorbitol production from carbohydrates to protect nerve function. It also combats oxidative stress, supports normal inflammation processes, and is insulin sensitizing. A proposed theory of how hyperglycemia results in the pathophysiology of diabetes via the generation of reactive oxygen species is seen in this diagram. It shows the proposed causative link between hyperglycemia, elevated free fatty acids, reactive oxygen species generation, oxidative stress, activation of stress-sensitive pathways, insulin resistance, negative cell dysfunction, and diabetic complications. It's important to note that reactive oxygen species can inflict damage directly upon cellular macromolecules, ultimately leading to complications of diabetes. In experimental diabetic polyneuropathy, oxidative stress is increased, which leads to a depletion of the endogenous antioxidant GSH, better known as glutathione. Administration of alpha-lipoic acid decreases oxidative stress and completely normalizes the glutathione levels, which is seen in this picture. Alpha-lipoic acid also normalizes electrophysiological measures of nerve function, such as the nerve conduction velocity, which is dramatically decreased in experimental diabetic polyneuropathy and improved dose-dependently with alpha-lipoic acid. Glycostal is a specially processed wild bitter melon that is superior to both Indian and Chinese standard bitter melon extracts. It is stable, unlike many other melon extracts, and has shown clinically significant results at 1 and 6 months with confirmed diabetics. As compared to other wild bitter melon extracts, rats treated with commercial preparations of Chinese and Indian bitter melon extracts had reduced blood glucose excursions in response to a bolus of glucose during a glucose tolerance test. Only the rats treated with Glycostal had a significantly reduced blood glucose excursion, a result superior to the achievement with the other bitter melon preparations. In another test of insulin sensitivity, the hormone that drives reductions in blood, all rats treated with bitter melon showed significantly greater reductions in blood glucose compared to non-treated rats in response to insulin administration, indicating improved insulin action with treatment. Glycostal also improves insulin sensitivity to support healthy blood sugar levels, as well as antagonizes angiotensin-converting enzyme to reduce inflammation and support healthy blood pressure. Another study highlighting Glycostal's clinical fasting blood glucose effects showed that despite potential underdosing, clinically relevant reductions in fasting blood glucose were observed after 1 month of treatment and sustained through 6 months. And a clinical trial showing postprandial glucose showed that post-meal blood sugar excursions were reduced at both 3 and 6 months. The final highlighted ingredient is resveratrol. As an antioxidant, it may be particularly helpful in preventing the oxidation of LDL particles. It helps promote blood vessel health and blood flow, as well as supporting healthy inflammatory response. Resveratrol induces broad-spectrum benefits and appear to improve over time. Hence, short-term studies may miss important findings that appear with chronic intake. It also may mimic a number of benefits of caloric restriction with chronic use, including improved memory and glucose metabolism. Resveratrol is one of the compounds considered to be important for the French paradox, meaning low rates of cardiovascular disease despite the consumption of high levels of dietary saturated fats. There are cognitive benefits as well. In one study looking at resveratrol consumption only from red wine in the daily diet, A modest intake of resveratrol cut the rate of cognition impairment in half.